Make Peace with Nature is a syndicated public affairs presentation of this station, dealing with solutions to problems of energy, conservation, and the environment. Today's program will be hosted by David Serber.
Hello, and welcome to Make Peace with Nature. I should like to begin by presenting an evocative video supplied to us by the Heinz Family Foundation of Pittsburgh and their Office of Earth Communications.
Long ago, before the first human was born, before the first tree began reaching for the sun, her life began. She breathes and grows. Her blood rushes through her veins. She can speak her mind, and she can feel pain. She can feed us when we're hungry. She can heal us when we're sick. She has the power to give us energy and the power to make us smile. She's not a thing. She's the earth. And there's a reason we call her Mother. Every day, 19 more of the Earth species disappear forever. But there is hope. With your help, whales have begun to return. The bald eagle is off the endangered list, and 1 million acres of rainforest were protected forever. We only have one planet. We only get one chance. Our Mother needs our help. Do something. Anything.
Today and next week, we will meet some young Americans who are working to make a difference, working to make their community a better and safer place to live and work. Green Explorers is a project of the Boy Scouts and open to young men and women between 14 and 20 who need not be Scouts. Their motto is changing for the present for a greener tomorrow. My studio guest is Megan Ollier, a graduating senior at Ursuline Academy. She is here at my invitation and under the sponsorship of the Cincinnati chapter of the Isaac Walton League of America to describe some of the tangible things she and her very enthusiastic colleagues have done to leave things better than they found them. More after this.
The views expressed on Make Peace with Nature are those of the participants and not necessarily those of this station or the program's underwriters.
Megan, I'll ask you an easy question to start because I know you haven't been on television. And so first of all, of course, it's a great pleasure to have you on the program. We're pleased and flattered that you could come. That picture of that blue tank that we just showed, I fleetingly saw it. What is it?
It's a rain barrel, and that's one of the projects that the Green Explorers are working on. And what you do is that we actually got barrels from Kroger that they use to store condiments in. And so then we took the barrels, and if you open them up and cut holes in them, you can use them and hook them up to your rain gutter. and it'll collect all the rainwater, and so then like you can use that to like water your plants instead of using like regular like water from a faucet or from a hose.
Forgive me if I ask questions which seem that I don't know what I don't know the answers to. But the water would not, just for the record, the water would not be suitable to be used for drinking purposes. But couldn't you use the water to bathe in and reduce the amount of water that you needed in the house? I
would think so, yeah.
Right, but it would be, unless it were summer, it would be a cold bath, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I guess. So Kroger donated these barrels? And it's simple. It's just as simple as that, collecting the water and then watering the plants.
Yep. And so it uses like, you can like hook up a hose to it, or you can use, like there's a spigot at the bottom of it that we put on it, and so you can like fill up a watering can, or like gravity will go through it to help it get out of the barrel into like a hose to water your plants.
Later in the show, we'll be presenting more slides, which we'll ask you to narrate, but how did you get interested in the Green Explorers? And generally speaking, you don't work alone, you work obviously with the other members of the group. So I guess the first question would be the easier question. How many members, you're allowed to be in the Green Explorers, as I said, between 14 and 20, men and women, and you don't have to be a Boy Scout or Girl Scout,
correct.
Right? How many people are in the Green Explorers?
Right now I think we have like 5 official members, but this was like our first year, so we've been kind of like working on planning and getting everything organized. That's one of our goals for this year, is to get a lot more people. We actually passed out flyers at an event for Earth Day, and so we got a lot of positive feedback. And so we're actually going to have a meeting on May 11th that's going to be like an open house to get all of the new people to come to help get more people for the second year.
Right. How does the work of the Green Explorers differ from the work of Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, who have traditionally always been interested in the environment? One of the things they do, of course, is learn conservation, learn how to conserve water and land and that sort of thing. But how do you differentiate between the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and the Green Explorers? Well,
I don't know as much for the Boy Scouts, but I've been a Girl Scout my entire life.
Well, then fair enough.
And so I know for Girl Scouts, a lot of times you have like a badge that's on like the environment, and you'll earn like one badge. But for the Green Explorers, we like focus more. It's completely focused on the environment. And it's more of like it's just like our main focus, as opposed to where in Girl Scouts you'll just do like one little badge or one little project.
What else have you done since you formed the Green Explorers?
We've done like a lot of little projects, and so one of the big, we've gone on a tour of Cincinnati State, and we learned about renewable energy, and we've worked on the Rain Barrel project. We also have along with Isaac Walton Foundation, we had a booth at the flower show that's going on right now. And so we're passing out like more information, but again, we're really focusing on this first year. We focused on a lot of planning. And so in the future, we're going to have more events and more exciting things to come.
How many years have you been interested in environmental matters?
I mean, I feel like I've always had like a general interest, but more specifically, like since I got in high school, I've started to be more interested, and I'm like in the environmental club at my high school too.
Right. Would you say you were more interested in air pollution, water pollution, soil conservation, or a broad range of things?
I feel like a broad range of things, but I guess if I was going to pick one, I would choose like water conservation.
Right. Do you read the local newspaper by any chance, the Enquirer? I don't read it.
Every once in a while, but not.
Yeah, I guess we shouldn't say that, but if we have to be truthful. I had a big article the other day that the Ohio River was back, and that they were catching these giant fish that everybody could run home and eat and all that sort of thing. Do you have an opinion on whether the Ohio River is safe? Let me ask you an easier question. Do you swim?
Yes.
Okay. If you were down at the landing down near the suspension bridge, would you swim over to the Kentucky side for any reason?
I probably would not.
And that's because you wouldn't want to get any of the water in your mouth?
I guess. I mean, I don't know, it's also a far way to swim.
Oh, I think you could make it that far. What about water skiing? That's easier than swimming. Would you water ski?
I would not. My reason for not water skiing in the Ohio River would not be because I think the Ohio River is dirty. I'm afraid of water skiing.
Okay.
I'd be afraid of falling.
Right. Do you have a general opinion that the Ohio River, which is where we get most of our drinking water, and in fact, the river is almost 1,000 miles long. Almost 20% of the American people draw their water for drinking purposes after purification from the Ohio River. Do you feel it's generally put it this way, in the years that you've been studying river quality with the Green Acres Foundation, among others, what's your opinion on the quality of the river, generally speaking? I have people on who represent the cleanup of the river, and they would not be offended if I asked them this question. So it would be interesting to get your perspective. Do you have a perspective that it's clean, or do you feel that deep down there's a lot of work to be done?
I feel like there's definitely work to be done. Like, I think it can always get cleaner and can never be too clean.